Just trying to figure out some stuff before we stream. Like, I don't even know where to see the chat on YouTube. Unless I do like a full screen. Alright, that works. Okay, so we're just gonna make a simple click game using Brainlib C++. And so, first steps. One sec. Right. Oops. So we're going to create the window. That's going to be base window width. Let's just do 1920 1080. Alright, width height, and then initialize window. Be base window width, width, base window height. I'm just gonna name it tree clicker. Alright. While window shouldn't close, the window should close. Got our while loop. What did I mess up here? That right? Oh, capital W. I think we also need, yeah. Next up, draw, and that was what was the draw command? It was begin drawing. Begin drawing. Whoops. And end drawing. Make the background white. And I think we can create the window now. Run a quick test and then we'll just bring up the, we will add, go to the screen, tree clicker, and then on top, smaller. Okay, so there's our box for the game. And so next we need an asset. We're gonna need like a tree asset that we can draw to the middle of the screen. And close out of that. I don't really have that asset yet. I was looking at a Humble Bundle that has a bunch of assets, but I'm not sure if it even has a tree asset for. It's gotta have a tree asset. I don't think I want to buy it though. Google free game dev assets. Asset tree. $2D. Sorry guys, just looking for a tree asset. Assets folder. I think I have something that's gonna work. So let's just see if it will load in correctly. We do that through. No, not there. We should set the target FPS as well. Set target FP at, I think it's 60. We're gonna load texture. My texture is going to be assets slash sprite dash 0101.png. And if it loads up correctly, we'll see the asset. No, so we need to do something first. Open folder and file explorer. In folder. We just have to create an assets folder in the folder of the game, and then now it should load up. There it is. Okay. So we got four trees here. I think I'm gonna use the one on the bottom right. So we need to load up the actual texture. I need to find the properties of this. Picture. .256 by 256. By 256. That doesn't mean anything. We're just gonna comment that out because we're just gonna write for so that we know how big it is. So we know when we load the actual texture and like create the tree. We know that it's 256 by 256, so we're just divided by 4, you know? And there's no animation with the tree, so I don't have to worry about that. And before we close the main loop here, before the return 0, we're going to want to unload texture. Unload texture. That's not right though. Assets, no. Why are we not unloading that texture? Oh, because it needs to be a texture 2D. Gotcha. So texture 2D tree, we'll call it, equals load texture. And so here we're just unloading the tree variable that we created. That works. And so we want to unload that texture because stack heap memory. I don't really fully understand this whole concept yet. But from what I do understand, texture 2D loads it on the stack, stack memory. And if you don't unload the texture at any point, then that texture is going to stay loaded on your stack memory, and eventually you'll just have so much that it'll bog down the PC. And so we're just being a little more efficient with memory management, so we're not lagging the game, right? And I don't fully know if this is the truth or not, but if you don't, so if you were to create if I was to create a while true loop, so an infinite loop, constantly loading that texture, then pretty fast we're going to overload the PC and the program's going to crash. I don't think it stays in your memory after closing the game anyways, but this is just it's a good habit to have for the future. It's like, for example, if you were to create an attack animation, then you're gonna load the texture, right? And it's good practice to load the texture at the beginning of the level and just have it invisible, and then make it visible as you get closer to the enemy, so that if you're loading a very, very technical texture animation, like an enemy attack, you don't have a little bit of lag before that attack goes off. You've already had the lag when you were loading the level. So good. It's just good. It's good practice to unload all of your stack memory stuff. And that's basically like, C++. Okay. So I want to draw. What the hell? Are we still live? We are still live. Okay, so I want to draw the tree on the screen now. We're going to do that after we clear the background, because the way that this stuff draws is, think of it like this: background, assets, GUI. So this is the order that we want to draw our load in our stuff, right? The GUI is always going to be on top of any of the assets. Think Diablo. When you're playing Diablo, the enemies don't go through the health bar. And then the assets themselves, and then the background. The assets are drawn on top of the background, and it's drawn in descending order. So the further down you go into your while loop, whatever's on the bottom gets drawn on top of what's above it. So I think it's draw texture is really all we really need for now. Let's see, let's go in here. Draw texture. So it's texture, position, and color tint. I think that's really all we need. I'm thinking for the future, I want to click it, and then I want the animation of leaves falling from it. But I think that can be drawn over the tree itself as its own little animation. So there should not really even be any animation at all from the tree itself. So draw texture. The texture itself is tree. The position is going to be base, window width, divided by 2. Divided by 2. And we're going to take base window height. Whoops. Base window height divided by 2. And then tint, we're going to draw white, all capitals. That's no tint at all. If you wanted to make this kind of like, if we want to tint it any color, then we just, tree game, messed something up. We have a memory overflow somewhere. It may not like on the texture for some reason. No, not that. How are we still on? Set target FPS maybe? No. While window should close. After we close the window, we unload all the textures. Close window. I don't think that's... no. Sorry, I'm not really sure why this isn't working. Give me 1 sec, I'll figure it out. I think maybe our assets folder might be in the wrong location. No. Yeah, so that works. It's that line right there. We messed it up here. Now Raylib.dll was not found. We're installing the program. Alright, we're gonna create a whole new project. If this one wants to be annoying. For some reason, Raylib does not like the asset. This line right here. Texture 2D tree, low texture, assets. I do not understand. That might be the issue, the order that we draw it. That's what it is. Okay, that's going to be good to know for the future. So you have to initialize the window before you load any textures. It's interesting. Alright, so we have our texture. It's offset so much like that because it takes the X position, so the X and Y divides it by 2. So I don't know if you can see the mouse. No, I'm not drawing the mouse. So the top left of that asset there is the 0x coordinate, and it's drawing it in the middle of the screen. And then anything after that 0x coordinate is drawn down and to the right. So, oh, it's not even up, is it? To reset the window. Oh no, it's up. Okay. So, draw texture, locations. We might need position. Yeah. So I think we need to do draw texture V or draw texture EX. We'll do EX because then we can add rotation to it, just in case for the future. Scale as well. Yeah. So draw texture EX. EX. Undefined. Lowercase x. EX. So tree, we have the x coordinate, we have the y coordinate, and then we have the rotation, or position. So x and y, that's going to be a vector 2. Vector 2. Sorry. Vector 2. Okay, so we're creating a vector 2 with this, because the position itself cannot be separated by comma for an EX. So next we have position. Wait, rotation, scale, color tint. Actually might need draw texture rec we might need. Find by rectangle pro parameters. Yeah, we need draw texture pro. Sorry boys, I'm still a beginner. So the texture, the source, then the destination. So we need a rectangle. So 256 divided by 4, that is, I think, 64. 56 divided by 4. 64, yeah. Rectangle. Let's do this. No. Hold up. It's gonna take some thinking here. So if we want the bottom right, right? Yeah, we want the bottom right texture. It's 256 divided by 2. It's 128. It's 128, 128. So it's the X position, Y position, 128, 120, no, 64. 64. 4, we're gonna close this up. Okay, and then destination is vector 2. Although we might have to do rectangle for source. We can add source here. And destination is a rectangle as well. Rectangle. Let's just start with 0 for this. Dest. Let's lowercase that. Okay. Origin. Vector 2 origin. Destination. So source is taking the square. Here. It goes by x, y, and then size. Size x, size y. And then destination. I'm confused why it needs a rectangle for destination. I mean, I've done this a lot. I just haven't really fully wrapped my mind around it. So I think destination is position and scale. Yeah, because we took scale out from the EX. Let's just throw 1, 1 just in case. And we're going to have to change those to floats probably soon. So then, so source, destination, origin. 1, 1. No rotation, and then tint white. Okay, we messed something up here somewhere. It's definitely the destination's messed up. So base window width divided by 2 minus 128. We're going to use the same for width here. For height, sorry. Base window height. I think that's gonna make it huge. Okay. So that's gonna be huge. Okay, so we're only pulling the top left of the tree itself. Make that a float. Part of the texture you want to draw. For example, source 128, 128, 64. So if this is 256 by 256, then technically shouldn't it? That's a little confusing because I'm almost certain the picture is 256 by 256. Let's open it up in Aseprite and see. Oops. Okay, we got Aseprite up. I'm wondering. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah, 256 by 256. Sprite size 256 by 256. So 128, 128. Ah, we're only drawing 64, so we need to draw 128. Makes sense. So this should draw the whole tree. Hopefully it's dead set in the middle. Perfect. So we want to scale that up a little bit, and that's going to be origin, I think? No. It's going to be right here. Oops, times 2. Times 2. And we're going to create a variable. If this works, we're creating a variable for scale factor here. If it's double the size of a tree, it is. Okay. Int. We can float it. Float tree scale equals 2.0 f. Perfect. We want to convert these all to f. Point f. So we just dot f converts them all to floats. Yeah, there we are. We'll static cast this. And so what static cast does is literally what we just did. With the dot f, it just changes the answer to a float. I'm not sure how to show it on here. I think here, yeah. Oh yeah, it shows the answer too, 832.f. And same thing here. We'll static cast these as well. The reason why we want floats is because for the future, if we want to like change this to 1.5, everything stays consistent. We're not spending any of our resources converting something into an integer or a float, and basically if you have an integer and you have a float and you do multiplication between the two, If it decides to stay an integer, you will lose all the values past the decimal. But if you decide it wants to be, or sorry, if you take two floats, then you keep every value after the decimal in there. And you want to static cast it into a float rather than a double, just because floats take less memory than doubles. Sometimes you'll even have to go in here. It's like, for example, 2.0 here. Mousing over it. I hope it shows them when I mouse over. I'm gonna assume it does when I mouse over. Let's hide a sprite. When you mouse over, oh, it doesn't show. Okay, well, when you mouse over something, it's like this 2.0 here, it tells me the type, and then it tells me the value. So it says double 2.0, and doubles use up a bit more memory than a float does, and you only really need a double when you're using values that are insanely high. I think above the 2.147 billion value. That is the top for integers. I think that's the limit. That's when you want to bring in a double. Since we're only using 2.0, we add an F, and it changes it from a double to a float using less space. But we're going to static cast these just for the future. We can keep this as a load.of. We don't have to static cast. I only really static cast things if it requires a if it requires some type of math inside the problem. All right. So then we're going to want to draw a hitbox. So it's going to be draw lines. Draw line. EX, I think. Start X. Start Y. Sorry, I got to think this in my mind. Start position, end position, thickness, color, EX, I believe. Draw line EX. Start position is going to be let's do this. We're going to create a struct for we're going to create a struct for the future. We're going to call it, we'll call it tree. Yeah, because then we can go in and change later the tree. And this struct's going to have texture 2D. The texture, it's going to have image size. Yeah, I can... this project's so small, I don't think there's a reason to make a struct, but we're just doing it just for fun. We can learn. Okay. Then we're gonna go float. Okay, we're gonna create the tree. So we're bringing the texture. And then image size is 256. And then the scale is gonna be 1.5, pull that out. It looks like what I just did was completely unnecessary. Let's see if it still loads after what I just did. Yeah, the tree still loads. That's not what I intended at all. What the fuck am I doing? Draw line EX. I guess the issue. There we go. Much easier. I think we're just gonna get rid of the struct. It's complicating things. Bruh, what the fuck? Okay, I think I got. I'm where I want to be now. We're creating the tree, we're creating a hitbox. Now we can click the hitbox. Next we add the clicking of the hitbox. And we'll include IOStream, and then we will do if okay, I'm gonna be right back. Take a little break. We're back. Okay. So next up, we need to figure out the mouse position. We do that through the raylib command get mouse position. So we're going to create a vector2 variable, mouse pause, get mouse position. It's going to be within our while loop, so we're constantly updating that variable with the current mouse position. You won't be able to see it, but I'm going to double check mouse pause .x mouse pause .y. I'm just going to debug real quick and make sure it works. It's the first time I've ever done this, specifically with mouse pause. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so then we're going to do if check collision, I think. Check collision point. Check collision point rec with mouse pause and tree hitbox. And for debug, real quick, we're just gonna print out, make sure that we're actually clicking the tree. Tree clicked. Cool, it's working. Give me 1 sec, I'm gonna mute and finish. Okay, stack is complete. Over tree, and then we're going to create an XP variable. So int experience, initialize it to 0. Little debug. Cool. We're creating 5 experience per click. So, oops. Okay. Gotta think real quick. I need to write this down as well. Got a handy dandy notebook here. Actually, no. Let's do it. Let's open Paint. Sorry, I'm distracted. Alright, little MS Paint. Okay. So we have our tree. Alright. And so we're going to click the tree. Click, 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 click. +5 XP. That's going to go up and then disappear. We're going to have an XP bar up here. XP bar. Right, and then after a certain amount of clicks. So, why can't I see? Okay. We'll have a little HP bar. HP bar of the tree is going to go down per click. Per click. HP bar will go down per click. When HP equals 0, it's going to turn into a sapling. And the sapling is going to be... the sapling, I think for the sapling we're just going to do like a scaled down version of the tree itself. And then we're going to take time. So 1 stage per minute. Per minute, and then it's going to scale up. Upscale 0.5. Upscale 0.5 per minute. And it's also going to gain HP per minute. So the user will be able to click. Yeah, the user will be able to click the tree between the sapling stage and the fully grown stage. Let's do 5 stages. The tree will have 5 stages. The user will be able to click the tree each stage leading up to the final stage, but there's going to be incentives to let it grow to the very end. I think we'll do a little timer, like a circle timer. Like a little circle timer that does a circle. And then using the experience of the experience bar, we level up the character. And we allow full bar. Equals a level. One point equals a level and plus 1 point. Points used. Oops. Used to upgrade tree or the axe quality. My handwriting's terrible. And it's even harder in MS Paint. So the basis of the game is going to be clicking the tree and cutting the tree down, and then allowing the tree to regenerate. And you're going to gain experience per click. We're going to have a little ascending XP that will vanish, or just leave the screen. I'm not sure how to make it vanish yet. And then the tree's gonna have like 5 different stages. You can cut the tree down at any stage with incentives to let the tree grow fully before chopping it. And then XP bar, we're gonna gain levels, and then the levels will give you spec points, and the points used to upgrade tree or axe quality. Okay, so to do. So on our to-do list, levels, experience added to the level. definitely both the two things we should add first. So let's add the levels and the XP for now. So I think actually first what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually add a class here. Add class. The class name is going to be tree. Public, private. This can be private. I think all these can be private. So, one sec. That's const int. Okay. Everything is initialized. But I'm confused why this isn't working here. Oh, I know why. No, should be working. Ah, needs to be public. What did I just do? Okay, so it needs to be public. Oh, I might have to throw everything in there public too. No, I refuse this time around to make everything public. I need to learn the private public thing. Okay, so if it doesn't load, okay. Okay, now it should load. Yes, tree, and the clicking returns XP. Okay. I feel like it's not really centered. Fuck me. You know, we could fix that later. We can fix the centering later. Or we could throw some, just throw some fucking GUI on the right and we're good. It'll center after the GUI. Okay. Okay, so we have the tree itself, and then I think we have to make a GUI class next for levels and experience. I'm thinking about whether I should make a class as well, or the player itself. Why am I streaming it in category autos and vehicles? What the fuck? Entertainment. All right. Sorry, I'm distracted again. I don't know if you'll know what Fish Tank Live is, but it's streaming season 3 right now, so I think like day 17. Fucking crazy show. But it's been crazy the last few days, but today it's kind of chill because 2 days ago was the Cell Challenge end, and yesterday was the Drunk Piece of Shit Challenge. It's hard to explain, but and today has just been mock pretend to be another person day, and they made a poster of everybody, so it's been a chill day, and they deserve a chill day. Just the fucking hard work this show that they put in on this show. The Cast-An production is just insanely good. Alright. Let's make that GUI. Do we? I don't know if I want to handle... Let's Google it. Do I handle player levels and XP in a GUI class? Level system and GUI. You know, I'm just thinking too, maybe I should add scalability now Do I even want to add scalability? Because I don't really intend this game to be made public at all. This is just it's a bit of an exercise to get better and practice some of the skills I've learned. Yeah, I need to make something. Let's make this the GUI class. GUI name. The class name GUI. Oh, I should also do if not defined. If not defined, define. See, I forget a lot of this stuff, so I have to go back to past projects. To relearn how to do these things. So if... Okay. And then we add our includes. And then end if. Hashtag end if. Okay. If not defined, GUI under H. Define GUI under H, and then hashtag end if. Okay, so we're set up for later there. What I basically did there is just say, so here we include tree.h. Say if I had to include tree.h into the GUI.h, then what this does is that if it's not defined, hold on, let's take a step back. We're including tree.h, and then, oops. Okay, sorry, we're including tree.h. So when we include tree.h, we then go to tree.h, and we read through everything here, and then we return. And then we're creating tree. Well, when we create the tree, we're creating it, right? Say we needed to include GUI.h here. It's then going to go to GUI.h. If it's not defined, we're going to define the GUI.h. And then afterwards, say we have to make GUI. We're going into GUI. GUI's already been defined under tree.h, if it has. So then, if it's not defined, we're defining. If it is defined, we just skip. So we're not wasting time defining it again later on in the program. How is level undefined here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How the fuck is level? Sorry, I'm still fucking distracted. How the fuck is level not defined? Alright. Something to do with initializing. I have no idea. Alright. Our level mechanic kind of works. Be right back. Alright, got levels, got XP. Next up, let's get back to our paint. Maybe we got the XP bar. We should also add talent points, we'll call it. There we go. We're doing it. Hells yeah. Okay.
Your draw XP bar function is almost perfect, but there's a small issue with the division in XP percentage.
Shut up, ChatGPT. Snitching on me like that. I just realized my my paint's been up the whole time. Okay. Oh, but I think no, you guys probably couldn't. I'm gonna run that below for the future. Okay. XP bar is working. 100 XP next click. Resets to 0. Now we need 200 XP. Here's 100. Right in the middle. XP bar is added and finished. And then we have a level up. So we got level up function under the GUI class. The GUI. The GUI class. We've got draw XP bar, which takes all of the variables inside the class. Then one thing I don't like is all the numbers here. So everything's divisible by 256 because that's the size of the texture we're loading. So I could add a constant integer. I can add a constant integer. I think we should make it a float because everything we're dividing it into is a float. That's gonna be tree image size. And we're gonna initialize that to 256. I don't think we have to do the .f. Yeah, .f. Tree image size divided by 2. Sweet. I think I hit a point where I want to stop for the day. And then continue tomorrow. Made a lot of progress, like a lot of progress that I'm proud of. In the like hour, 2 hours long. Yeah, about 3 hours of streaming. But I'm getting hungry. My brain's starting to get kind of foggy from all this. So, get some food. Maybe do some more progress. Yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Hope you all take care.